about that as well. All right, so let's dig into the defense. We're gonna do we generally do the offense, especially when they ran for 6,000 yards. I think it was last night officially. We would normally do that, but let's go there. All right, let me state my case for why I'm not laying this all on the defense. I'm not absolving them completely. All right, let me just say that. Okay, so first touch. I'm talking. These are Green Bay touchdowns and a field goal. First touchdown. What led to that was a 41-yard return. Okay, and we're going to talk about the special teams, which are awful. They're not even
special ed is what the special teams are.
Farthest thing from special, but Nixon has a 41-yarder that leads to the first touchdown. The second touchdown, the Eagles, if you remember, went forward on 4th and 1 from their own 36, and for the life of me, I don't know what happened on that play. Kelsey doesn't really snap it. Hurts sort of fumbles it. Miles Sanders recovers it, and however it shook out, you turn the ball over on downs at your own 36. Go ahead, Barry.
Just from listening to players' interviews and everything, hearing what Kelsey even said, what it was somebody on the defensive side of the ball was given a false count.
A Brandon Graham,
which is illegal, by the way.
Which is illegal, yes. And they didn't get caught with it.
Okay.
That's why you see Seumalo come off the ball. Okay. That's why Kelsey
they looked like 2 false starts.
Right.
Like 2 false starts. Yeah.
Kelsey snapped it and held the ball there while he was moving.
Right.
Yeah. And kept it between his legs while he's moving.
Which is supposed to be illegal anyway. Like there was like 8 different violations on that play, and nothing ended up getting called. So anyway, however it shook out, it wasn't the traditional snap it to Jalen, push him from behind, and he gets the first down like they almost always do. They didn't get it. So you turn the ball over on downs at the 36. So that gets you to the second. So at that point, it's 14-13 because the Eagles missed an extra point. Then the third touchdown was a result of A.J. Brown fumbling. That made it 20-20. Okay. Then you fast forward to the field goal that cut it to 40-33. There was a 55-yard return there. Okay. Now, I'm not telling you that the defense doesn't need to stiffen up and overcome stuff, because that's the way it goes in the league. Like, bleep's going to happen. You got to overcome stuff.
Right.
But you're talking about all kinds of errors elsewhere that lead to, let's see, 24 of the points that the Packers scored were a result of either the special teams sucking or the Eagles turning it over or not getting a 4th down at their own 36. Derek, have at it.
Mr. Ellis, I have listened to your dissertation. I have absorbed it. I am taking everything into consideration. But as my colleague and former NFL brethren, Barrett Brook, has told us, or tried to tell us, from the start of this season all the way up until last week, you basically have Pro Bowl caliber players at just about every position on this defense.
Yes.
Okay. No other team in the league, maybe Buffalo, can say that about their defense. Okay. This team with this bend but don't break mentality has broken me for the last time. They play too far off the dang ball. Why won't they play press coverage? I don't understand this. You let this 38-year-old man, Aaron Rodgers, one of his claim to fame is if he gets outside the pocket, he is going to kill you. And he did it with a laser down the middle of the field to Aaron Jones for a touchdown for 1. Why they continuously play 7 to 10 yards off of receivers, especially Christian Watson, Alan Lazard, Randall Cobb. We're not talking about Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, okay? They're not even close to that caliber player. You need to get up in these dude faces and make that quarterback pat the ball that much more. The fact that you're giving them so much cushion allows them to kill you on these slant routes and these quick outs. Prime example, 4th quarter, Rodgers is out. In comes Jordan Love, who's played a grand total of 10 games in his 3-year career, has maybe thrown 85 passes in his entire career. What's the written book on when you got a young quarterback in?
Blitz.
Thank you. You blitz him, right? 3rd and 5 situation. The perfect time to blitz, send the house on this dude and make him throw the ball away. They go with that lame 4-man rush, which, let me reiterate again, as I've said every month this season, their 4-man rush is not good enough. I don't care how much you're paying them. It is not good enough, and we've seen it time and time again. Am I right, Mr. Brooks, or am I lying?
I'm quiet right now.
Okay. You brought in Robert Quinn. What did I tell you about Robert Quinn the day they signed him? What did I tell you? My people in Chicago told me
that
they let him go because
he hasn't done anything.
Was he in the witness protection program yesterday? Did he play? How many snaps did he play, Rob?
Look, I'm not. I didn't even check. I don't. I'm not arguing Robert Quinn. Trust me when I tell you that.
So you let this young Jordan Love step back, complete a 5-yard out. Darius Slay is 10 yards down the field. He completes the 5-yard out. Next play, Christian Watson on a slant over the middle. Was there anybody within 10 yards of Christian Watson? Now, everybody in the
Blankenship.
Where was it? In the same county?
Yeah,
was he in the same?
Had some issues. He made a great play earlier, but he had some issues there.
Okay, where's your other big time players? Where are they?
Well,
they're playing balloon defense.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Maddox are on the sideline.
Stop it!
They are.
Stop it! Why are one of your Pro Bowl corners not on them?
That wasn't the defense. That wasn't.
What is it? I'll tell you defense. What do you call it?
That defense they were running out there it wasn't a prevent defense, but it was a defense that you keep everything in front of you and you're supposed to go up and make the tackle. They didn't go up and make the tackle.
It was bad execution.
So everybody knows on the planet this young man has 4.3 speed.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. You let him turn the corner. You took it, but they took it. Absolutely, they all took back. When a dude with 4.3 speed gets you on his hip, you're not catching him. It's that simple.
Right.
It's a bad angle. They let teams stay in games.
But here's the thing, Derek. I hear you, but you conveniently pick and choose. Like you let the players off the hook, but you lay it all on Gannon.
No.
Your guys are going to make plays too. No,
the players are playing the scheme that's called.
Okay,
for
but
that particular down.
Your front four is supposed to be able to generate pass rush.
I'm not letting the players off the hook. Have I not said the front four is not good enough? How many times have I said that?
I'm just saying. I hear
the front four is not good enough to get consistent pressure on the quarterback. They need help. How do you get more help? Blitz more. You got big money. You got 2 Pro Bowl corners here. Well, until he got hurt, you had a potential Pro Bowl safety in CJ.
Right.
Bruh.
You blitz more. Let these dudes play bump and run.
We cannot downplay how much of a loss Avonte Maddox is.
I agree 100%.
That's huge. Avonte Maddox he means more to this defense than I let on, that they let on.
We hyper focused on Jordan Davis and ignored Maddox being hurt.
The players
big.
The players are playing the scheme that's called. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I put it on Gannon. I think he's handcuffing the talent that he has.
Okay, but just in regards to last night, I hear you, and I do think I would like him to be a little bit more aggressive. In fairness, but there's no getting around this issue with these. In the NFL, the theory now is in 2022, you don't really need great kick coverage because nobody returns kicks anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's where that's completely debunked when it comes to the Eagles. Guys are catching the ball 8 yards deep into their own end zone because they know they're going to rip off big runs and they're going to get past the 25. So you do have to have guys, just the fear of it. And nobody's afraid of this bunch. Everybody's taking the ball out of their own end zone.
I think Jake Ellis is probably up there with top kickers in the league as far as tackles.
Well, not only that, Barrett, but when you're a kicker and you kick it 7 yards, 8 yards into the other team's end zone, you're thinking, my job's done.
Automatic touchback.
I'm gonna trot off to the sideline and chill.
Right.
Meanwhile, he's got to make plays every time.
That dude Nixon, he took 5 yards deep, brought it 41 yards out. The next one he took 7 yards deep, brought it 53 yards out. I hate to say this. I think special teams is going to cost this team somewhere down the road. I honestly do.
It's a really big fear.
And tackling is still an issue for me with this team. They do a better job sporadically, but not consistently.
Bro, I've been on this for the past 10 weeks. For the past 10 weeks, I've been on it. In fact, I've said it so much that even WIP has a drop. Can we get a Michael Clayton sighting? There is a drop. Clay?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Can I get a Michael Clayton side?
He looks so overmatched. Honestly, I mean, maybe it's the reason you don't give a 26, 27-year-old a coordinator gig.
Right.
Exactly. Now, whoever came up with that idea, well, if he's here next year, I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he's
here next year. It's a serious problem.
Special team coordinators get fired quicker than any other position in the NFL. And I don't, and he seems like a nice young man.
Yep.
Seems like he has potential to be a good coach at some point of his career.
Well, I don't see that.
Maybe special teams is not his forte, Barrett. Maybe he's a DB coach. Maybe I'm saying there might be a position. Maybe so maybe he's a better linebacker coach. Maybe there is a position for him, whether it's in the pro ranks or the college ranks. But giving him the title of special teams coordinator, what was his resume that made him qualified to be a special teams coordinator?
He's one of Chip's guys.
Yeah, he's been around. Like he was in the NFL at a really young age.
I get that, but I'm saying what was on his resume that made them think he was a special teams coordinator?
Chip Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know.
He helped with Chip Kelly. He was on Chip Kelly's staff.
Yeah.
And he left here and then went to San Fran. He was in San Fran and he was
okay. What was his job? What was his job description?
Well, he was an assistant. He was assistant to the special teams coach.
He was an assistant to special teams coach. Okay.
Why are you laughing there?
Because he's 27, 28 years old. He's 31 years old. Okay. So basically he's still paying his dues in the National Football League. Am I right?
Yeah.
So at 30 years old, what made them think that he was ready to be? Okay. I'm looking at his resume now. He was an assistant special teams coach with the 49ers, assistant special teams coach with the Eagles in 15, assistant strength and conditioning coach, assistant special teams coach. Okay. What made them think he's ready at the age of 30 years old to be a special teams coordinator?
They thought he was savant. They thought it was DeMeco Ryan.
DeMeco Ryan?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He ain't even DeMeco.
Well, they did do one thing that I think was better. Not great, better. Boston Scott returning the kicks looked a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Way better.
So at least there was some kind of adjustment made. Look, I don't know how, if you're Howie, if you're Nick, you can keep ignoring this. Like, I'm not calling for Michael Clay to be fired. I'm not saying
either. I'm not either.
But I don't know how you keep going into these Mondays after games when that unit is killing you. I don't know.
There's nothing you're going to do at this point to change it.
Right.
Now,
you just have to hope.
You've had 11 games to try to fix some of these problems. Now, some teams will make an adjustment and make more frontline players play on special teams, which is a big risk also. I don't see the Eagles doing that, especially now that they're being hit by the injury bug like other teams. Yeah. I don't see that happening. No, so basically, it is what it is. Somebody's going to take one to the house on this team at the most inopportune time.
Yeah.
They're getting closer and closer every week, bro.
It's a hold your breath every time.
Yes.
When it comes to these special teams.
The thing that frustrates me the most, look at the gaping hole. These dudes are not even running on kickoff. They're not even running down full speed.
Yeah.
They're running to a point and basically stopping.
Well, that's his job to make sure that they do.
But Barrett, 11 games into the season, it's still happening.
Right. So
are they not listening?
Yes, that's what it is. And it says if you're the coach and somebody you has out there is not listening, then it's time to get that person off the field.
Which means you have to put in frontline players, which is not what they want to do.
Well,
they don't want to put frontline players in. Think about it. You're going to put – you already nicked – think about a position where you want to put a frontline player. You're not going to put one of your frontline DBs on there. You're not going to put one of your frontline linebackers out there.
Why not? Malcolm Jenkins played all special teams.
Yes, he
Trotter
did.
Used to.
Yes, he did. But
Trot used to play all special teams.
This team is not doing it. Have they done it up to this point?
No, they haven't.
And we've been screaming about special teams for how many weeks in a row?
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
So what makes you think they're going to do it now?
They're
not going to do it.
I hear you. All right, let's come back and let's go into the offense here, because this was one for the ages last night, what they were able to do. And we'll look back at where it ranks historically with Jalen Hurts, with the rushing game in general. Who else played well? Miles Sanders getting some love also. So we will get into that and some of the offensive ranks where the Eagles are at this point. So we'll come back with all of that. We'll get into some more concerns that we have at 1:30, and we will dive into week 12 of the NFL coming up at 2:00. So you don't want to go anywhere. We got you. Coming strong. Namaste. Derek Gunn, Barrett Brooks. We'll agree to disagree. See, this is civil disagreement. That's what it is.
Yes, it's like a brotherly. It's like brotherly love.
We don't name call. We're not getting crazy. But we
agree to disagree.
Yes, and it's beautiful.
And you know what? And I will say this, Rob. I'm proud of the fact that you are standing your ground and you are staying at the helm. You're driving the Gan-Wagon. I'm proud of you for that. And I tried my best, Rob. If you remember early in the season, I tried my best. I went from hanging on the back of the rail where my feet were hanging out in the wind to putting one leg over the rail. And then all of a sudden I saw some things I didn't like, to the point now
you're off.
I'm paying people to take my ticket on the Gan-Wagon right now.
The Gan-Wagon. You're on the Gan-Wagon.
I'm taking changes to the Gan-Wagon. The Gan-Wagon. Anybody want to get on the Gan-Wagon going this way from the Gan-Wagon? Come with me.
Yeah. I'm driving the Gan-Wagon impaired. That's not right. That's not right, man.
Oh.
I like this one. It's Gan-Wagon, not Gano-wagons. That's square wheels.
It's the Gan-Wagon.
How dare you guys?
Thank you, Lil Tone. See, Lil Tone said, I'm with you, DGunn. Everybody all aboard. Showtime. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Everybody on board the Gan-Wagon.
Okay.
The Gan-Wagon is going this way. The Gan-Wagon is going that way.
Gan-Wagon's stuck in traffic again.
But come on, man. Like, if you look at the numbers, man, the numbers equate to them good, man.
The numbers, yes. The points allowed, all that stuff. But you let a team averaging 18 points a game put up 33 on you, and a backup quarterback came in and just zipped it down the middle field against your defense.
We're ignoring all the other issues I just laid out, DGunn.
Hey, you know what? Everybody has false snaps. Everybody has, you know what? Stout defense stands up against the test of time. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
So I'm telling you,
okay.
Gan-Wagon people, come on with me. Everybody this way. Gan-Wagon going this way.
Hit it. All right, let's do it. Let's get a timeout. We'll come back and we will get into the offensive side of the ball. He is Barrett. He's Derek. I'm Rob. We are Sports Day, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Let's talk about Pro Action Restoration. Yes, Pro Action Restoration is the place that you call or reach out to if your home, your business, property that you own goes through the inconvenience of water, fire, smoke, mold damage, whatever the case may be. They can handle it. Pro Action Restoration is on call 24 hours, 7 days a week to assist. I can tell you from personal experience, when I called them on a Saturday, they were right over to my parents' house. They fixed the problem, diagnosed it, fixed it. The price was reasonable. The place was clean. The crew was professional. It was really just everything you could ask for in a difficult situation. I can tell you that. Pro Action Restoration is licensed, bonded, and fully insured. They've been serving the tri-state area for more than 2 decades. Pro Action will work in conjunction with your insurance company also. So it could be water, it could be fire, it could be smoke damage, mold remediation, you name it. They can handle it. Give them a call, 610-623-3760, 610-623-3760, or online at proactionrestoration.com. That's proactionrestoration.com.